but the MJF promo was a
Go
big
ahead.
segment of the night.
I'll let you talk about
And
it.
I mean, I can't believe you, Mr. Heel, is not. I know MJF is leaning towards
I'm
the
not
good
in
side,
on him.
but I'm still
over it.
I'm loving it, but
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're still getting played, man. I mean, everything he did tonight was babyface to me. You know, having the crowd sing his slogans and all this stuff,
Getting
and
powerbomb,
getting
getting choke slammed through a table. Even
well, he had his
babyface
team,
move.
he had his buddies, you know, the firm turn on him, and so you know, all this is an interesting segment of, or you know, series of events that happened leading up to this against one of the hottest baby faces in AEW, Jon Moxley. And so
the
for
heart and
MJF
soul
to be like this, the heart and soul, the MVP, Jon Moxley. And so for MJF to cut this promo and to lean into the crowd more and more and more every single week, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't want to fall for it completely, but it's one of those. I think he's too far over the edge where he says, "I'm going to shit in your face," and then slap your mother, and people still probably cheer him. Just because they're so invested in
is very
MJF because he
popular
cut
right
those
now.
promos that are so real, and he's playing me, man, and he's got me. If I'm gullible or not. I'm excited.
You're usually smarter than that.
I know. I guess I'm not a smart Mark.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, even the Regal promo. Like, MJF is not hitting for me right now, bro. And maybe I'm just souring on. I'm just being a stinker. Like, and everybody loves what he's doing right now. I'm not seeing it. I think that MJF's becoming, like I said, when you resort to calling Jon Moxley mid, it's like, dude,
Yeah,
you're known for one of the, you're known for being one of the most creative dudes in the game with promos. And you're calling like one of the most dominant one of the most dominant performers in AEW history, mid. It just came off as like just lame. I
agree with that part.
And in the dabbling of him being a babyface, if that ends up happening, it's a huge miss. This guy is pure heel through and through. That's why
I never expected this to happen. Honestly,
I'm not.
Like you said earlier, I thought
I'm not buying
be a heel
it
for life.
I'm not buying it. Not even for not even.
All right,
I know. I see through it.
We're gonna play this clip.
I'm a heel,
and you're gonna be all in on it.
I see it. He's a heel, and he's gonna try to play it. I don't know, man. I mean, like, again, I like the concept of the firm.
What do you think of the comment early on in our show? Someone in the chat said that it's a swerve on all of us. And remember, MJF is called the devil for a reason. And they believe that Regal will help MJF win the title. Do you think that's a possibility?
That would be pretty wicked. And that would be pretty wicked, man. We did talk about the Blackpool Combat Club.
He's not going to use the Dynamite Diamond Ring.
What if he used the brass knucks? That'd be
there.
Gnarly.
You go.
That would be pretty cool, man. I like that idea.
Would lose the belt to a microphone.
Now you're getting me pulled in on MJF. All of a sudden, I was all sour on him.
There we go.
How's this?
If
he uses Regal's brass knuckles to beat Jon Moxley, I'm back in. How's that?
It's not too far of a stretch because
I like the idea a lot. Actually, it's
Moxley
really smart.
Doesn't lose clean, and
unless it's CM Punk.
Yeah. So for him to lose clean twice in a row,
you're right.
That's something. But Moxley, correct me if I'm wrong, lost the belt to Kenny Omega from Don Callis hitting with the microphone, right? So if he loses the belt again with the brass knucks.
I like that idea too, because we spent a lot of time tonight talking about the Blackpool Combat Club and where they're going and the drama within that group. And it feels like that group is ready to burst at the seams. That could be the tipping point. MJF has a history of trying to destroy his greatest competition, his groups, by infiltrating them.
Yeah.
And, you think about what he did with the Inner Circle and how he tried to weasel his way into that group and destroy that group from the inside. And it was his goal to destroy them. It would be fascinating if his way of weaseling his way into the Blackpool Combat Club was to get a relationship with Regal again and rip out Moxley's heart. What other way? Like, if you think about it, the ultimate salt in the wound, and this would be a pure MJF move. Now you're getting me all excited about him being a heel.
Go get that MJF shirt out of the closet and put
I
it
have
on right
it.
now.
I have it, and I bought it. It was against Dictator John. That was the shirt. I loved his segments back against Dictator John. I'll say this: you're right. If he were to do this, and how often do you and I talk about it? Jon Moxley is the what of AEW?
MVP.
He's the and the heart and soul of AEW,
which is the MVP essentially. Yeah.
Think about it. If MJF were to do this and have Regal turn on Moxley, like it would rip Moxley's heart out. It would be like the ultimate, like evil. Not only do you beat Moxley for his title and rip his title away from him, but then you also like have Regal, who and SPD. I know you didn't watch his this early stuff of Moxley's career because you don't like the blood and guts stuff, but like Moxley had some blood feuds with a lot of people going in his early days, and Regal was legitimately somebody who you would never think would be involved in that like hardcore. Let's be honest, some of the hardcore garbage wrestling that Moxley did early in his career, where you're talking about using broken glass and cheese graters, and I saw him use like a Dremel saw, like just stuff that you don't want to think about.
Yeah,
Regal, you would never think would be associated, like this prim and proper dude would never be associated with stuff, but he was responsible for torturing Moxley in ways that few people have. It would be a very poetic like twist in the Jon Moxley story for this guy who he hated early on in his career and had a blood feud with, to eventually becoming like feeling like he earned his respect and became his apprentice. Regal became his mentor, and then for that guy to then be corrupted by MJF and for Regal to then stab him dude, I'm grinning ear to ear thinking about that is Shakespeare. that is Shakespeare right there. I love it. Now you got me geeked out about the potential of what could happen. I want to see the pay-per-view.
What we've seen over the last few weeks, there's a reason why AEW gave Regal and MJF 15 minutes of promo time, of TV time, essentially. That
You're
story.
Right. And Disco Inferno was trying to criticize that on the Conan 100 podcast. Disco was talking about how, where's the end game in a feud if you give Regal and MJF a platform like that? Why? Like it was a great promo, but what does it lead to? Well, SPD, I think you're onto something here.
And he talks about the ring and the Nux last week, and you kind of can glaze over it because you're all chanting along the mid and the generational talent and all this stuff. And
I love where you're
one of those things where you can he'll be like, it's like a video that they'll show of him be like, I promise I didn't, and then he's got the the Nux. It could be a promo video and stuff like that. So man, simmer on
I like
that.
it.
Let's talk main event. Speaking of, we're going to talk
a lot.